What's up guys, welcome to another What Sold video. So last week I gave you 15 clothing items that recently sold for me. Now I'm going to give you 15 hard goods. Same time period, they probably sold about the middle, third week of April. So these are going to be from the same time period. It can be all hard goods. Things that you might find in a thrift store, maybe you don't know about the brand or you don't think the item will sell, and hopefully this will trigger your memory when you do see it. These are great learning tools for whether you're new or experienced. So if you've never been here before, I'm going to put them on the screen. I'm going to show you what sold. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for it, where I found it, how long it took to sell, what it sold for, and my approximate net profit. So let's get started. Alright, first item up is an arm sling. I found this at the Goodwill bins. It was brand new, still in the box. And just for, a cast like sling for a broken arm. Paid probably 25 cents for it because it went by weight with the clothing. And it took 2 months to sell. Sold for $13.95 with free shipping. And it was very lightweight, probably weighed like 3-4 ounces. So it was like not even $4 to ship. And I netted approximately $8 on this. These type of medical, whether it be slings, walking boots. I see walking boots at the thrift stores and especially at the bins all the time. Some brands aren't so great, but some are really good. So if you see them, look up their brand, especially with the walking boots. But any non-prescription medical devices usually sell. People don't hold on to them. If they get injured and they need it, once they recoup and they get rid of it, there's no need to hold on in anticipation of being hurt again. Alright, next up we have some Pyrex. These are vintage Pyrex because you can tell by the D handle when it connects at the bottom. It looks like a letter D. And these are pre-like 1990s. This one was the 508, which is an 8-ounce measuring cup. This one has the metric on it. So this was a little bit of a newer towards that time frame. And this sold for $14.75 plus $8 shipping. I got this at a local thrift for $1. And it took approximately 1 week to sell. These always sell fast. Not for big money, but if you could get them for 50 cents or a buck, you might find them at yard sales or thrift stores. The $14 to $15 range is typically what these 508s sell for. So I netted approximately $10 on this. And I also found another one. The day I bought this, I found 3. This is another 508 D handle, but this one did not have the metric on it. So even though they were the same mug, they looked a little bit different. This one, the D handle was a thicker handle on it. So this was more of an older style. And this was the same thing. It took 1 week to sell. Same price, $14.75, $8 shipping. It comes in just at about 1 pound. Depends on how you pack it. It might be just under, just over. And again, netted approximately $10 on this. Next item is a Craig portable, one of those Bluetooth speakers that are kind of popular these days. My wife had gotten like 3 of these free when she ordered like supplies for her office. I think like Staples or somewhere. They always send them free gifts. So we had 3 of these. This was the last one that I had. So I have 0 cost into it. This one, it took almost a year to sell, so it took a while. So for $23.95, free shipping, and I netted about $12 to $13 on it. Next item is a Radio Shack plug-in power programmable control center. This goes with like, I think those X10 modules that you could plug your lamp into, plug it in the wall, and then this control center will allow them to turn on and off. It's kind of like, not so modern because it's Radio Shack, which closed down. So anything Radio Shack that you find, there's people out there that either collect it or they're just hung up on it and they don't want to go with the new technology, or they have that system and they just need one of the parts replaced. So I found this at the Goodwill bins, paid $2 for it, sold in 4 months for $18 plus $5 shipping, and then netted approximately $13. Alright, here's something I just kind of took a guess on whether it would sell or not. I wasn't sure. I had picked up the Guitar Hero at the bins. I had bought 2 of them one day. And when I got them home, the one, I guess it's called the whammy bar, that little bar on it, wouldn't stay kind of like upwards where it's kind of supposed, even though they'll move around, it's supposed to stay upwards, and this one would just flop down. So, I didn't want to deal with, even though you could put in the comments, I didn't want to deal with someone complaining about it. So, I said, let me see if I could just sell the neck, because it had a detachable neck. So, I figured someone out there, either the kid broke part of it or whatever be the case, and they just want to replace it. So I took a shot. So I paid $2 for it at the bins. I ended up throwing out the bottom half, and then I just listed the guitar neck. It sold in 2 weeks for $17.95, and I think I put shipping on this one. I don't know why it's not showing on there. And I think I probably put like $4 or $5 shipping, and I just put in some bubble mailers, double-ended, wrapped it up. You probably saw it in one of my videos. And I netted about $9.50. So I was surprised it sold, but people break things all the time. They don't want to have to replace the whole thing. Next item, I also found at the Goodwill bins. It was in the carrying case. It had the camera and extra batteries, but the camera was kind of dingy and looked a little broken. Didn't want to take a chance because they wanted to probably would have charged me. It wouldn't have gone by weight, so it might have been like $8 for the whole set. I just took the power adapter, power charger plug. So I paid $2 for this at the bins. It sold in 4 months for $21.75. Again, it's not showing. I guess maybe I cut it off. Plus shipping, and I netted about $11 or $12. So power chargers, battery chargers for the little point and shoot cameras, all those sell. Keep an eye out for them. Next item. I'm sure if you watch my videos, you saw this. I put it on my Instagram when I found it again at the bins. I didn't know what it was. Very heavy, very solid. It looked like a quality item. I didn't know what it was, so I looked it up. And it was like a die cutting embossing machine for crafting. Okay. So when I comped it at the bins, I was surprised they were selling in the $50 range. So I paid, let's see, $6 for this at the bins. It took 2 months to sell. Sold for $49.75 plus $13 shipping, and I netted about $38 or so. Next item. My wife gave this to me. I don't know where she got it. Urban Skin RX 3-in-1 treatment clear skin cleansing bar. She probably got this free when she buys things. She always gives like these samples or whatnot. But so zero cost into this. It sold in 4 days for $22.75 plus $4 shipping, and netted approximately $19. Alright, here we have something that's been very popular these days, puzzles. This one I've had for a long time. I got this when I went and I met someone that had a truckload of toys, and I bought a few boxes, probably like 40 items, and I spent like $80. And this is now pure profit because I've made my money back and plenty of some. Only have a few items left out of that whole haul. So zero cost. It took about a year to sell. Sold for $13.95 plus $5 shipping, and netted about $11. All right, Jops or Jops, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Sensifoot diabetic socks. I found these 2 boxes at a local thrift, and I paid $2 a box, so it was $4. They were brand new, still in the package, still in the box. Took 3 months to sell. Sold for $23.75, and I netted approximately $12. All right, books. I always throw a book in. So if you're new to my videos, books do sell. I've sold plenty of books. Last year, I think I sold almost 600 books on Amazon, which for Amazon sellers, that's not much, but I was doing that along with eBay. So once in a while, I'll do put some of my books onto eBay, and this was an Action Bronson. I won't say the word on here. F, that's delicious. And if you've never seen his show, he has one on TV where him and his buddies go out and they test food at restaurants. It's kind of funny. So this was an autographed book I saw at a local thrift, and I paid 50 cents for it. So I figured, okay, it's a cookbook. It's a celebrity cookbook, which are always good, and it was autographed. So I figured there would be a following and it would sell, and sure enough, it did. It took about 1 month to sell. Sold for $19.75 plus $3 shipping, and I netted approximately $16. Next item, Louisville Slugger TPX baseball bat. Always a popular item. Of course, always comp them when you find them, because not all brands are good. Some are very expensive, some are $5 bats. So I found this one at a local thrift. It was marked $5. It was half off day, so I got it for $2.50. Took 3 weeks to sell, so for $29 plus $11 shipping, and I netted approximately $22. Next item, I don't know why I'm throwing this in, but a little Z toy. It wasn't even a Hot Wheel or, just a little Camaro Z28 with the open doors. But I had bought a carry case at a yard sale probably like a year ago. And it was filled with cars and I paid $5 for it. So I kept the case. I'm going to keep it for when my kids get older because it's really cool and it's from like 1970. So I listed all the cars, some of them in lots, some of them individually, and they've all sold off. So I've made way more money back. And that doesn't really sound right, but this one sold for $6.25. It's one of the very last ones I have left. I think I have like 2 more left. Plus $3 shipping. And I netted, I didn't even think I put on here. What I net, I probably netted a couple of dollars. $4 maybe, $5. Here is a genuine Hyundai molding assembly for a license plate. It's kind of the frame bracket that mounts onto a bumper of a car. It was still sealed new in the package. I found this at the bins. Paid $1 for it. It took 4 months to sell. Sold for $19.75 and I netted approximately $13. So automotive is a big category. I know some people can go like to those pick apart lots and you can get rich doing that. If you know what you're looking for. So if you ever find automotive parts, of course, as always, comp them, but there's money to be made in that category. Okay, here is my favorite brand to sell, or I should say my favorite brand to find, because it's hard to find, and I often find them, so it's kind of like it's a reward when you do. TUMI. This was just a little zip travel, like accessory pouch that they give on Delta Airlines, I guess maybe when you fly first class or whatever. So it's not a real, it's a TUMI, but it's not, any kind of big money. And I found this at the bins, and it had everything in it. It was in pristine condition, so there was no flaws on it. But it had like lip balms and skin lotion and eye pouch, to take a nap, like the eye covers. Had everything in it from the airlines. So everything I kind of threw out, except for like the 2 packets of skincare. It was like a dry skin cream, and I have those listed, and they should sell as well. So I paid like 25 cents for this and went by weight, and it took 3 months to sell. Sold for $9.95, and I probably only netted about $4.50. But hey, it's a TUMI. I'll put it to my list. And lastly, we have this vintage dark amber glass cigar ashtray. Obviously, you can tell the difference between a cigar ashtray and a cigarette ashtray by the size of the indentation where you rest a piece. So, I picked this up for $1 at a local thrift. Sold for $11.75 plus $8 shipping. And I netted about $8, $8.50. So not big money. Some can sell for good money. This was kind of a plain one. But, if you could spend $1 and make $8, you want to do that with all your items, but it's money to be made. Alright, so that was 15 or 16 items actually that recently sold in hard goods categories. Out of those items, my total buy cost, $23.50. My net profit after getting my money back and after fees and shipping was approximately $215. That's not exact. I kind of do a rough quick math on this just to get the point across. What you need to focus on is not even what I'm paying for it, because you might find it for cheaper or more, but what it's selling for. That's the main price. So out of these 16 or 15 items, 3 sold in under 1 week, 3 sold between 1 week and 1 month, and 10 Took longer than 1 month. So decent spread. So that's it. I hope you learned something, either a new brand, new item, and it'll put it into your memory bank, spark that memory when you see it in the thrift store, and you'll pick it up and make yourself some money. So I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, put them down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.